What is anonymous? To most people, anonymous are elite hackers who wear the Guy Fawkes mask. Surface level, they appear to stand against corruption, social injustices, and censorship of the internet. They shot to fame in 2008 when they went against the Church of Scientology. Members of the decentralized group are known for hacking the FBI, several major banks, and even small police departments connected to shooting deaths of unarmed African Americans. They frequently use DDoS attacks, which stands for Distribution Denial of Service, which is essentially sending large amounts of traffic to a website, which overwhelms it and shuts it down. They've even hacked websites and redirected the traffic to anonymous web pages. The Guy Fawkes mask they wear was popularised in the 1980s graphic novel V for Vendetta. In 2005, the novel was turned into a movie. The sinister-looking mask with the upturned moustache and rosy red cheeks became a symbol of protest. But the reality of the hacktivist group Anonymous? Well, here's one of its members.
The Anonymous Collective is a collective of like-minded individuals that is decentralized completely. There are no membership rules. The mission of Anonymous is to ensure that truth prevails and shines throughout the internet community and to stand up against the status quo, aka in the forms of restrictive governments and different entities. It should be noted that while Anonymous has no leaders or spokespersons, several different groups have taken issue with the Dragon's Den, misrepresenting themselves as anonymous while there are no members. Yes, it's very obvious they're not anonymous, as they use the mask to promote political ideology and hate against LGBT. Not one person from Anonymous or any other entity have ever taken issue with the dragons hunting pedophiles.
The origins of the mask date back to 1605, with a plot to assassinate King James I. The plan was simple. On the 5th of November that year, during the state opening of Parliament, 36 barrels of gunpowder were to be ignited, turning the House of Lords into rubble and ash, killing everybody inside. But the night before the assassination attempt was to take place, authorities who were tipped off by a letter sent anonymously discovered Guy Fawkes, a 10-year military veteran guarding the gunpowder barrels. He was swiftly arrested, and 2.5 months later, Guy Fawkes was hanged, drawn, and quartered. The assassination attempt was dubbed the Gunpowder Plot, and Guy Fawkes would be immortalised in the form of an effigy. Over time, the 5th of November would be referred to as Guy Fawkes Night. The night is memorialised with bonfires and fireworks. Guy Fawkes Night would later be more commonly known as Bonfire Night. Within Anonymous are many different groups, subsections if you will. Some go after corporate corruption, others government agencies. The small group I've been dealing with track down pedophiles on the internet. They don't publicly expose them for cheap clicks and views. They gather the information, package it together, and pass it on to the authorities, and it has resulted in arrests. They are methodical, professional, and operate solely to protect children online. In this video, I'm going to expose someone fraudulently claiming to be an anonymous member connected to the anonymous group Operation Pedo Hunt. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this incredibly true story has more twists and turns than a snake with an itch. I'm going to connect all the dots for you, and I'm going to tell you the backstories to this as well. We have a famous YouTuber, Navy SEALs, anonymous hackers, and a grifting TikToker with a criminal past in way over her head. So let's get into this. Amos Yee was charged and convicted of child grooming and possessing child pornography on December 2nd, 2021. The United States court sentenced him to 6 years in jail. Yee solicited, persuaded, and induced the 14-year-old victim to appear on video and pose, which involved lewd behaviour. Between February and July of 2019, the 14-year-old victim met Yee on the social media chat app, Riot. They would later exchange pictures and videos over WhatsApp.
Hey, brother! Who is... Do you WhatsApp me? WhatsApp me! How long have you been?
Yee would ask the 14-year-old victim for pictures of nude parts of her body and for her to perform sexual fantasies for him. Although the 14-year-old victim did play along, and in some circumstances initiate the sexually charged interactions, Yee, who was 20 years old at the time, knew full well the victim was only 14 years old. So who is Amos Yee and why should you give a shit? Well, he's a pretty vital part to this whole story, and in true Feud Junkie style, you're gonna know everything. Amos Yee was born October 31st, 1998 in Singapore. His star rose quickly when he wrote and produced a short film, entering it into the Singaporean First Films competition in 2011. He would take out the Best Short Film and Best Actor award. His earliest videos can still be found on his first ever YouTube account, Amos Yee, an account he created on the 8th of October 2008. It only has 4 videos, but the video Jan, that he won the awards for, is still there. Yee garnered the attention of Singaporean film director Jack Neo and was cast in his film We Not Naughty in 2012. Jack Neo would produce some straight bangers: Our Girls Go Army, I Not Stupid 1 and 2, Killer Not Stupid, Money No Enough 1 and 2, and Our Boys to Men 1, 2, 3 and 4. By December 2017, with the help of activist Melissa Chen, Yee arrived in Chicago, Illinois. Oh, Illinois. The S is silent, you silly cunts. Yee was arrested and detained by US immigration, but would later be granted asylum to stay in the United States. Yeah, I probably should have mentioned that he said some really nasty shit about Islam and the Quran and was jailed for 6 weeks in Singapore. Whoops. That's kind of why he left. He didn't like Muhammad, apparently.
Heaven's in the backseat of my Cadillac. Let me take you there.
Yee created yet another YouTube account, Amos Yee, this time with a space between his name, on July 28th, 2012, where he uploaded 111 videos. This was the shit that got him in the trouble in the first place and why his account was later deleted. Yee was dropping straight bangers like Lee Kuan Yew is finally dead, who was the former Singaporean Prime Minister, mocking him, calling his supporters delusional and liking him to Jesus Christ, saying they were both power hungry. He would later hang shit on the Chinese New Year, saying that they were copying the West. He would claim Allah doesn't exist. Oh shit. That's basically like God in Islam, I think. I don't know. He would accuse Muhammad the Prophet in Islam of being sexist, racist, encouraging child rape, and polygamy. Hypocrisy much? For these outspoken views, he would be arrested, charged, and sentenced to 6 weeks in prison. Now let's fast forward to him becoming an American. July 28th, 2017, Amos Yee created yet another YouTube account called Asian Pedophile 2.2. He would upload 29 videos to it supporting pedophilia. The basic premise of his channel was that adults should be allowed to have relationships with minors, as long as the minor consented, even spewing some gems like this.
Is it wrong to upload or view footage of child rape? No! That's absolutely ridiculous.
What?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And also at that time, I went around calling everyone a fascist for those who disagree with me.
YouTube, as well as other social media platforms, made the decision to delete his accounts in early 2018. Due to Amos Yee's propensity to act like a dickhead on social media for attention, kind of like some of the other people I cover, a lot of people believed his pedo act was just that, an act. But they were wrong.
Do you have like counter arguments about my pedophilia, or are you just gonna, ad hominem?
I don't believe the whole shtick to begin with. I think you're just a huckster.
Call all my, ad hominem, say I'm trolling whenever you don't have an argument.
You are. I know, and it bothers you when you get called on it. I know that really is what pisses you off the most, when people see through your shit and then say it openly. Look at you smile. Look at that smile. It's adorable. You know that
man.
Look at that. Look at that smile. You know that. You know that I'm right.
Oh, I got your attention. Mission accomplished.
Oh, no, wait. Then you'd be admitting that I was right, and that you are a troll and an attention whore.
Amos Yee was a bit of a big deal on social media around that time, even being invited to speak at Harvard University, which was swiftly rescinded after his pedo posts. Now, enter the Dragon's Den and Danielle Hutton.
Mother, tell your children not to walk my way.
Danielle Hutton is the founder of a group called the Dragon's Den. The basic rundown of her and her group is this: they hunt pedophiles online. Her subordinates she calls dragons.
I work with retards.
and she refers to herself as the mother of dragons. Yeah, she clearly loves Game of Thrones. She would go toe-to-toe with Amos Yee on Twitter and even had contact with the 14-year-old victim. Her advice?
Oh my God!
She would tell the 14-year-old victim that due to her interactions with Amos Yee, that the young girl would be held legally accountable herself. It would take members of the anonymous group Operation Pedo Hunt to convince the mother of the victim to pursue legal action against Yee. Thankfully, this took place and Amos Yee was arrested, charged, and later convicted. But the question still remains. Why would the leader of the Dragon's Den, Danielle Hutton, be giving bum advice to an underage victim? Well, it's pretty simple.
In my opinion.
Amos Yee made her. She gained a larger following on Twitter due to her interactions with him. She probably never really wanted it to end, because she's been picking fights with other high-profile people ever since. After Amos Yee was charged, Danny would give it large on social media how she was directly involved with the takedown of Yee and how she would be called to give evidence, all of which were lies.
I get tagged, and fucking lo and behold, wouldn't you know it, Amos Yee has been arrested for online sexual enticement of a minor and for child porn possession. So yeah, it was a very eventful day for the den. We got our third confirmed arrest in 2 years. And this one is a big deal because he has hurt so many kids. I don't even know where to start. I can't even put a number on it right now. I know of at least 4 that he's sexually enticed and groomed on the internet, had them sending sexually explicit images and then sharing them in servers with other pedophiles. I know of 4 at least. And every time, all of that evidence has been shipped over to Homeland Security. And it might have taken us couple years of continuously sending stuff to Homeland Security and Interpol and everywhere else that we send all this information that we gathered on this piece of shit. Might have taken us a while, but finally, he's in jail.
Throughout making this video, it becomes pretty apparent that Danielle Hutton doesn't really understand what grooming is. And in fact, even anonymous members and the 14-year-old victim spoke out against her.
I know of at least 4 that he's sexually enticed and groomed on the internet.
Ooh.
Or
Where the food coming from, man? She's just pulling them out of her ass.
I've only ever heard of one, you know, me.
Evidently, she knows more than the people that investigated all this.
Amos Yee has been arrested for online sexual enticement of a minor and for child porn possession. So yeah, it was a very eventful day for the den.
Danny, you and God had nothing to do with this. The den did nothing.
Minors.
Is she on? What kind of drugs must you take to get this
Yeah,
done?
shame that might have taken us a couple years of continuously sending stuff to Homeland Security and Interpol. And
She has never reported anyone to Homeland Security ever.
Other
They
than
told me
tagging
like
them on
DH.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Because she tagged Interpol.
She has never actually, exactly, she has never actually reported and spoke to someone or an investigator from DHS. I just want to make that clear.
I literally spoke to them. What is she on?
She would start her TikTok debut spouting the same nonsense, calling anyone who spoke out against her pedophiles or pedophile sympathizers. Yeah, I am waiting for my one next. But the story gets deeper, way deeper. She was using underage kids to attract pedophiles online. Now her logic was sound. An underage kid has an established Twitter account with kid shit on it, so it's more believable than an adult pretending to be a kid and not fully understanding kid shit slang like IRL. That's in real life, unlike where most of these cunts live. She would also post links to child porn on her site, which in turn made her the largest child porn distributor online. But her intentions were good because she wanted people to report the posts. Apparently Twitter is epically bad at preventing child porn from being posted on their platform. Well, it was much worse before Elon Musk apparently. Now, with everything I was able to find out about her from her victims and her posts, she never directly told these children to have sexually charged conversations with these online predators. But most did because they wanted to provide her with the results she wanted. Because they are impressionable kids. She was using these kids and others to sift through graphic images of child pornography and to speak directly to pedophiles online, all without mental health evaluations or checkups. Danny's own daughter would give us a greater insight into who Danielle Hutton actually is in real life with a series of TikTok videos dedicated to a mother's poor behaviour. Here's a couple of her videos. I have blurred out her image as I do not want underage kids on my channel, as I do cover some real pieces of shit.
Put a finger down if you just had a mental breakdown at school because your best friend decided to date your sexual assaultist, even with all the knowledge of everything that he had done to you and how much he had fucked you up mentally, and it was just terrible. And you called your mom to come pick you up because you were crying aggressively to the point where you couldn't stop crying. You were literally having a full-on mental breakdown, and your mom comes and picks you up really worried, and she's like, did someone touch you? And you tell her exactly all of everything he did, like him trying to unalive himself in his bathroom and then coercing you into making out with him by saying that he won't hurt himself for 2 weeks. And then your mom proceeds to defend him and excusing his behavior because he was having a really hard time at the time, and a bunch of other stuff, and she was just really close to him. You.
In 2021, Child Protective Services visited the home multiple times, and on this occasion, they met her 14-year-old daughter at school.
Sir Patrick.
Sounds so familiar.
I'm the school resource officer.
Sounds so familiar.
Yeah. I'm that guy. And you know Miss Rhonda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while. How's school going?
Okay.
Yeah? Do you like going to school here?
I don't know where my mom's really from. I haven't asked my mom that much.
Okay, so your dad and teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so where's mom living?
She's all over the place. So my parents are separated.
Okay.
And so it's all over the place. But my mom's currently supposed to be staying at my grandma's. She's going to California again on the 12th. She's gone to Cali 3 times, I think, in the past few months.
Why is she going to Cali?
Why is she going to Cali? Okay, what she's saying is that she's going up because she got a DUI recently in Cali. But, so she's saying she's going down there for court. But my dad's like, she's probably going down there to be with her boyfriend. Because my mom has cheated on my dad several times in the past few years.
Gotcha.
So, it's several times.
So you happy living with your dad?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you feel safe at home?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel safe around your mom?
No. Yes, that's a yes/no question.
Okay, tell me about that.
So most of the time, it's that good mom, bad mom kind of thing.
Okay.
Also, with my mom, like me feeling empathy, she just can yell over like the stupid, like she just yells. She gets really frustrated really easily.
Okay.
My mom is very homophobic and very, so like the smallest thing can tick her off. It's always over stupid things, but she's pretty good at yelling.
What's she yell when she yells at you?
How does she yell?
What does she yell when she yells at you?
It can be, this one hurt a lot. This one was recently. She yelled at me once in the middle of the aisle, and then she yelled at me again about the same thing at the cashier.
Okay.
At like the front of the store in front. And I was like, and it was in front of a bunch of people, so I'm like, I don't like this. To be honest, me and my dad are kind of done with my mom because she's became a little manipulative. She's lied about several things.
Like what?
About why she's going to Cali and why she's doing my mom's just really sketch.
Okay.
And sometimes she's just lied a lot, and it's not a little weird, but
have you had any teenage boys over at the house staying for whatever reason?
No.
Cousins?
The reason the CPS officer is asking her if there's been teenage boys staying at the house is due to the fact that there's been allegations made against Danielle Hutton having inappropriate relationships with teenage boys. Danny would be told in a separate interview that her posting links to child pornography in turn has made her the largest child pornographer on the internet. Her methods of using teenagers to attract online predators is extremely irresponsible.
Other people that might have had kids that stayed?
No.
Okay.
What's the Dragon's Den? What is that?
I myself honestly don't know. That's mainly my mom's thing. It's her thing. I don't honestly know.
She's never talked about what that is?
She's talked about it, but I'm not like 100% sure.
What has she told you?
Pedophile hunting group, that's about it.
Pedophile hunting group?
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
I don't know any other information about that.
How does it make you feel?
That she does that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm okay with that, her doing that, but it's just, she does it 24/7.
Okay.
Constantly. So with that, she'll be on her phone a lot, so that doesn't really help.
So when your mom finds out that you sat down and talked to Miss Rhonda and me today, what's that gonna do?
That's not gonna well. That's not gonna well.
Tell me what that's gonna end well.
She's probably gonna be like, "What did you say?" I'll be like, She doesn't also with the situation with my mom and my dad. My mom doesn't know I know everything about.
I just wanted to kind of talk with you and see what's been going on, and then I talked with your dad, and your mom says she still lives at the house with you guys.
No.
When did she move out?
So a lot of stuff has happened.
Right.
The worst night was probably the physical night, where things it was intense, but we had a huge fight. Me, my dad, and my mom. It was it was a huge fight. But yeah, my mom doesn't live in the house. My mom's always saying like how I want to come home and everything, and like I want to be with you, with my dad, while she's with another guy. And it's just like my dad.
So what about the physical night? What is that?
The physical night was, I'm just calling that huge fight.
Right.
Because my dad was like, "Can you please leave?" Because my mom was still staying at the house this time. My dad's like, "Please, just leave." Because my dad took a huge amount of control. My dad was like, "Please leave." It got, and my mom, they started yelling a lot. It was bad. It wasn't. She says she still lives there, but she's not. She doesn't. My dad won't let her. My dad barely lets her alone in the house.
Now, Danny has been told numerous times to stop using the anonymous name to gain followers. Although anybody can claim to be anonymous, their value system really is about giving people a fair go. So racist homophobes who skirt the lines between being a QAnon member and anonymous are, not so good.
Oh, harder, Daddy.
She also uses what she classes as a charity to help sex traffic victims as somewhat of a piggy bank, keeping 66% of the proceeds, which to be fair isn't unusual. TikTok does the same shit. They keep 2/3 of whatever you gift these creators. Stop fucking doing it. Although the exact amount donated and the exact amount actually given to the charity has not been 100% confirmed, what we do know is this. Another TikToker who donated to her charity filed a complaint against her for running a fraudulent operation. Now, she got her money back. She even baited Danielle Hutton into pressing the appeal button on this platform, which in turn she would have needed to show proof that she was actually running a proper charity or the money was going to the charity. Now, she never pressed that appeal button, even though she was baited to do so. She was told, if you do that, you can keep the money. I want to see proof that you are actually running a charity or giving the money to a charity. Grifter's gonna grift. Now, on the surface, some of this does seem circumstantial. Sure, this woman has a long history of drug abuse and offenses, but some of these people do turn their lives around and become productive members of society. Danielle Hutton ain't one of them. Just like most of these fucking idiots on TikTok, most of them are junkies who are just grifting off you. That's it. Wake the fuck up. Danny's first red flag is the smear campaigns she runs on people who she thinks are going to go against her. Any legit person doesn't do that. If they're legit, they're legit. Let the haters hate. We know firsthand she will sink as low as a snake's belly when she goes after some of these people, calling them pedophiles. In one instance, she mocked a widow's late husband who took his own life, and she made wild accusations against him and her. It's been said Justin, Samantha's unalived husband, took his own because he had been accused of child rape. Now, her interactions with the widow she did from a troll account. Now, maybe she had too many tokes of the glass barbecue, or she just got sick of making email addresses for TikTok because she would later change that troll account into one of her own personal accounts. Whoops. Again, there she is using the anonymous name. Anonymous 3377358381. It's a match.
My nigga
Probably one of the craziest things she has done, and it was very recent, is she tried to take on an ex-Navy SEAL who runs a legitimate organisation with other veterans in helping sex-trafficked children get the fuck out of there. Now, these guys have a documentary and a show as well. From all accounts, these guys are the real deal. They'll even go into places like Mexico. He's like the jacked up version of Chris Hansen.
A lot of you are probably looking at me in the den in kind of a negative light right now because we attacked a veteran and a child advocate.
A lady that goes by Mother and on Twitter and has a group that she calls the Dragon's Den came to my Twitter page and tagged me and demanded that I retweet one of her tweets, and she claimed to be wanting to expose the attempted normalization of pedophilia, which I thought was a worthy effort. I'm like, that's right in line with my motivation, yeah. And so I started looking through the information that she was trying to share, and before I could familiarize myself with it, she had started posting back, hounding me, RT, retweet my stuff. And I was like, man, this is a pretty agitated energy, this person. And so I clicked on her page just to see who she is, as we do when we're approached by any stranger on Twitter, like who am I talking to? No real name, no real face. There's a sexualized cartoon icon, and she goes by Mother, and there's all this gothic print and these dark memes of dragons and like vampires and serpents, and seemed like very occult-like energy and visual. And so I just said, look, I went back and I said, you want to expose the normalization of pedophilia? I've just spent 3 years filming the most powerful tool you could ever want. We exposed that in Contraland like never before. Very professionally done, very powerful. This will serve your needs. If that's what you want to do, man, take it and run. That's why we did it in good faith as a public service alert. And instead of accepting it, and first of all, I saw she didn't follow my account. So it's a total stranger, not supportive of all this stuff, the powerful fight that we've been in. She appears to just be someone that trolls on Twitter. As any of my attackers seem to be, there's somebody that does far less, and they want to attack me and not acknowledge what it is that Vets for Child Rescue does. And so I'm like, oh, here we go again. Let's see what this person's problem is. And she starts kind of trashing me. So I was just like, I don't want to fight with you, lady. I just blocked her and moved on. Because I got about 3 weeks of back-to-back travel coming up, and I'm very busy actually doing real-world positive things. And then she starts trashing me apparently to all of her following. She's got a little following online, and they all the same. They don't support me. They don't follow me. Don't claim to know who I am, but they want to start running me down. The same gothic font and dragons and this dark energy, which is repulsive to me. And while I do applaud them trolling pedophiles to get pedophile accounts taken offline, if that's what they in fact do, that's good. But I would say if you are getting there's exactly two energy sources in this universe, folks. There's good, and that comes from God, our Creator, Jesus Christ. And there's negative energy from Satan. And those are the two forces. So you're either serving one or the other. And witchcraft, its whole energy and premise is from Satan. So as long as you're trying to fight one of Satan's fraudulent lies that raping children is somehow normal and good from one other Satan's lies that, witchcraft is somehow normal and good, you're just going to end up spinning in circles. You want Jesus. You need Jesus Christ. If you start serving the Creator and everything that's true and good and light, you'll start seeing a lot more results at combating evil than you will from within the camp of evil. That's just my personal observation of it. And I'm not calling you a witch, Mother. I'm going by what people who have been in your group are saying about you on my Twitter feed. I apologize if you're not a witch, if that's not accurate, but you might want to address all the gothic content and all the negative dark energy stuff if you're not, okay? Because I felt a really darkness and a repulsion from your account and your immediate hostility and your demands. I don't work for you. You don't demand what I do, okay? So I do what I do in good faith for the American people and for my Creator, Jesus Christ. And so if you don't like that, then go do your thing your way, okay? But don't be attacking me. That doesn't work here. Trying to bully me doesn't work, all right? So that's what I want to say about that. People saying that Mother's got a criminal background and drug abuse. And so that's why apparently they don't make any real-world arrests or rescues or anything physical. They hang out on Twitter trolling pedophiles, which is the easiest thing in the world to do. I still applaud them doing it. I think it needs to happen. Taking those pedophile accounts offline is a worthy effort. So please continue doing that. But just leave me alone. And I don't work for you. And so you can't demand that I retweet your stuff when you don't support the absolute fight that I've been bringing. And Vets for Child Rescue is very powerful. Official 501c3 nonprofit org. with a platinum level rating from GuideStar for our transparency. All of our financials right online. All of our 22 and really 23 arrests and warrants with a 100% conviction rate, taking real predators off the streets, putting them in real prison with real convictions where they can rape no more. That's different than just sitting in your underwear, drinking a latte, trolling online.
There are about 75 cartel organizations that are controlling and trafficking women and children. Now, this is slavery. These children come from our families. It's evil.
I don't ever feel like I'm going to be the same. I feel marked.
How much is 2 girls for a half hour?
I really wanted my mom to love me. And I also didn't want her to be sick.
I'll do it for 150.
It's so common that no matter what town you're in, you could probably go within a couple blocks and find a victim or a perpetrator of child trafficking.
Hi, how are you? Very nice to meet you.
Hug. The sexual exploitation of children has increased exponentially.
It begins with a glance, with a kind word, with a conversation, and pretty soon you've developed this relationship.
No family deserves to have this happen in their life. You're never the same, never.
Real men do not prey upon defenseless and precious children. Knock it off, or we're coming for you. We must not be tolerant of that which will kill us or that which will destroy our children. We can't be a network of people that says no more by ourselves.
The stories are something that the general public will never even imagine could happen. As long as there is supply, demand, it will never end.
Craig Sawyer runs a legitimate organisation, and in comparison to Danielle Hutton, it's night and day. Veterans for Child Rescue have a website and a physical place of business. They are essentially boots on the ground, whereas the Dragon's Den play silly internet games. Unfortunately, TikTok has a lot of fraudulent people running illegitimate charities for personal profit. I've covered in depth how these people operate. They run smear campaigns on people. They control the narrative by taking down their victims' rebuttal videos and TikTok accounts. These perpetrators will use their full face and put on a great show for their audience. They are convincing, don't get me wrong. These people have had a lifetime of perfecting the art of manipulation. They were doing this well before entering TikTok. These people are either drug addicts, abusers with a criminal past, or want to be reality TV stars, and essentially all they've done is they've created their own D-list version of a reality TV show on TikTok. That's pretty much it. There are two worlds at play here. Actual reality where you are sitting right now with real world responsibilities like career, parenting if you have kids, and the virtual world. The virtual world, anybody can be anybody. We see this a lot with these people. Lost in their own online personas. I have speculated, like many others, if Amos Yee started out trolling, pretending to be a pedophile online, and ended up getting lost in his own performative online character. Holy fuck, I just woke up here in America to find out the post dissing my mother on Facebook just became viral. Whatever to stay relevant, right? I told you, fuckheads, I have skills in attention whoring and not to bet against me. Now I'm going to collect my hundreds of dollars. I do believe that a lot of these online villains don't see themselves as such. They see themselves as the hero in their own story, but it's far from the truth. There's a famous saying, I was ashamed when I realised life was a costume party, and I attended with my real face. That's the internet for you. Everyone is playing a character.
I'm playing a YouTuber.
And anyone who shows up as their authentic selves gets torn to shreds by these online frauds. Being a content creator is big responsibility. You are responsible for the people you influence, good or bad. I unfortunately see a lot of these TikTok creators gain a little notoriety and get lost in it. A lot of the times their skill level doesn't match their ambition. I've seen TikTok charities with good intentions pop up only to fall by the wayside because one of its members stole all the donations. It's like these people have never heard the old saying, If you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I speak to a lot of professionals for my videos in healthcare, politics, and tech. Too many of these fraudulent TikTokers want to be the voice. All they want is the attention and the credit, but they are getting in the way of real people doing real things. With the recent introduction of AI technology that is able to clone people's voices, I do believe that we are heading into the dark ages of misinformation within this virtual world. Now, I don't normally do this, but that's going to be my next video. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one.